Students, uh, today, today topic is already we discussed about uh, definition of ADR and different types of ADR. So how you are going to be report the ADR through ADR reporting form, its structure. Already what are the contents, uh, what are the contents of ADR already we discuss. In each content what you have to write already we discuss. Okay. Right now we are going to discuss about how uh, so one ADR is going to be detected. Okay, this is nothing but ADR detection methods. Okay, so for this PPT presentation very useful. You can follow this PPT uh, structure you can use for writing of ADR detection methods. Okay, so this PPT is not only contain ADR detection and also contain different types of ADR. You can go through it, no problem. And also assessment of severity and assessment of seriousness, assessment of predictability, okay, reporting of ADR. Already we discussed reporting of ADR. Okay, so first today lesson is about so how we're going to be detect the ADR. So detection methods. Okay, so these are the five types of ADR detection methods are available. So one is pre-marketing studies, post-marketing surveillance, assessing causality, communicating ADR, and post-survey method. These are all comes under detection of ADR. Okay, so now we are going to be move on next slide. Okay, relate about pre-marketing studies. Okay, pre-marketing studies are nothing but so whatever the ADR you are going to be detected, okay, from the drug. Okay, that will be detected from various preclinical studies and as well as the clinical trials, phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. These are all called as a pre-marketing studies. So uh, if if ADR is detected from the any drug, okay, before releasing into the market, okay, whatever the detection method, whatever the studies you perform to detect the ADR before the drug release into the market, this is called as a pre-marketing studies. In pre-marketing studies you can identify the ADR of the drug, okay, through drug development process. Okay, so by testing its safety on various tested models. Okay, where safety is tested in various models. Examples, carcinogenicity, teratogenicity, mutagenicity are going to be tested by using specified animals. And also you identify the safety or identify the ADR of the drug during clinical trials also carried out in three different phases: phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Okay, so these clinical trials normally identify ADR of frequency greater than 0.5 to 1%. Okay, so by using pre-marketing studies you can detect the ADR. Okay, by preclinical studies and clinical studies, especially phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 clinical studies. So this is about how we are going to be identify the ADR of new drug. Okay, next, once the drug is released into the market, okay, once it is released into the market after completion of phase 3, okay, so phase 4 is called as a post marketing surveillance. Okay, then post marketing surveillance, generally whatever the ADR which are not identified in the preclinical and as well as the clinical trials, you can identify during post marketing surveillance. For example, rare ADR adverse effects and food drug food drug induced any problems and drug induced reactions and rare adverse effects, rare rare adverse you can identify during post marketing surveillance. uh, so this is the most powerful and cost effective system for identification of unknown drug related risk. Unknown drug related risk. Okay, So generally you can use spontaneous adverse drug reaction, spontaneous adverse drug reaction reporting method for the detection of the unknown adverse drug reaction during post marketing surveillance. Okay, in spontaneous adverse drug reaction reporting, so number of healthcare professionals are involved. Okay, those who are those who are take care about the patients during take care of patient, whatever the area it resulted, that will be submitted through in the method of spontaneous adverse drug reaction reporting. Okay, so not only ADR, it also report the any product defect or maybe intoxication. For example, any what is the toxicity characteristics or abusing ability and unexpected lack of therapeutic effect. So there is a how therapeutic effects sometimes maybe therapeutic activity is seen in some individuals, may not be seen on other individuals. Okay, so not only spontaneous reporting adverse drug reaction, you can also used to epidemiological studies. Okay, for mm, for knowing of for determination of association with uh, drug and ADR. Generally, whatever the spontaneous adverse drug reaction, you can report, no problem. But uh, before sending the ADR report through spontaneous adverse reaction reporting, you may not know that, you may not confirm that the ADR is mainly result of the drug uses. Just whatever the reaction which has happened during the treatment of ADR, during treatment of drug, is going to be reported. Okay, you may not be confirm that this drug is cause certain ADR. Okay, later on, later on, that reaction is going to be evaluated by different methods in order to establish the relationship between the drug and adverse effects. Okay, in such cases you can go for two epidemiological studies. Okay, these two epidemiological studies, so after knowing the ADR risk during spontaneous adverse drug reaction reporting, so that ADR is going to be again, you can go through in the population in order to confirm the relationship between the drug and its ADR. Okay, mainly two type of methods: uh, case series method, cohort series, case control method, even cross section also. Okay, so uh, in detail I will tell you the uh, many number of post marketing surveillance reporting methods are available other than these three. Okay, cohort, case control, spontaneous reporting. I will share the other PDF to you in the group, so please refer that PDF for entire post marketing ADR reporting methods, ADR detection methods. Okay, so already you know that cohort studies and case control already, you may already you know, you studied in the various research designs. Okay, observation study designs. Okay, what is meant by cohort studies means here, uh, those who are having similar characteristics means, uh, so frequency, uh, so those who are suppose for example one drug is released into the market. Okay, released into the market, whatever the persons, whatever the patients who are uh, taking the medication, particular medication, are going to be one cohort. Okay, so next one more thing is, one cohort is control, one cohort is the patient who are exposed to particular drug. Okay, the two people. Okay, so the patients are two types. Okay, one patients are receiving the drug, one patients not receiving the drug. So for example, one new drug is used for the treatment of diabetes. Okay, so the new drug received diabetic patients, you can collect. Okay, you have to collect the diabetic patients who are receiving the are receiving or under the treatment. that is called as a, that persons are exposed to particular drug are going to be take. And as well as the one more diabetic patients you can collect without having without receiving particular drug. So that control and control cohort and exposure control. So then you are continuously monitor for prospectively, okay, prospectively in future, okay, some more period, okay, either 1 month or 3 months or 6 months continuously, whether the persons are getting any type of ADR or not. Okay, just you have to compare the ADR in the uh, exposure control, exposure control, exposure cohort groups and non-exposure cohort group. Okay, exposure cohort group, exposure cohort means those who are exposed to the drug treatment. Okay, unexposed cohort means those does not receive the drug. Okay, so after comparison by using by using relative risk, already you mentioned the one formula, okay, in the PPT, previous PPT, relative risk. Based upon that you can confirm that okay, who are the persons are more risk with the drug treatment. For example, if the relative risk is more than 1, it indicates that there is a more risk associated with the drug treatment in the, okay, patient who are exposed to particular drug. Okay, this is nothing but cohort studies. Case control. Okay, so in cohort studies, you are collecting the information about those who are exposed to the drug. Later on, you are seeing for a particular event. Okay, whether the patient is experience event or not. Okay, outcome of interest is nothing but outcome of interest అంటే మనం ఏదైతే ఏడిఆర్ ఆల్రెడీ మనకి కొంచెం స్పాండియస్ రిపోర్టింగ్లో ఉందో ఆ టైప్ ఆఫ్ పర్టికులర్ ఏడిఆర్ ఉందా లేదా అనేది మనం చూసుకుంటూ వెళ్తాం. ఓకే, you have to go for future whether the person is getting the particular specified ADR or not. At the same time you have to collect the new ADR also. Okay, so in case control already the affected persons are going to be collected here. Okay, the individuals affected by adverse events are being studies are identified, and also you have to compare with you have to compare with control without any particular of interest of event. Okay, so this is nothing but case and control. Case is nothing but those who are suffering from particular ADR. Okay, for example, um, mm, liver toxicity. Okay, liver failure. Okay, not liver failure exactly. So for any reaction, suppose skin reactions, okay, something else. Okay, so already those who are suffering from skin reactions already, whenever you collect the information at the time, okay, the patient need to be suffering from particular ADR. You don't know the particular ADR resulting from the drug. Okay, your ADR of your event of interest already know that maybe there are skin rashes, maybe the liver toxicity, maybe the hyperglycemia, maybe there are some pulmonary fibrosis, or maybe cardiotoxicity. Whatever it already you know that a particular event of interest is caused by particular drug. Okay, you collect all the individuals who are suffering from particular event. Okay, then you can collect the you can also enroll the patients enroll the patients who are not having the particular interest of event. Okay, so later on, okay, later on you have to investigate the possible exposure in the cases and control. Exposure means, suppose for example cardiotoxicity. Okay, so those who are having the cardiotoxicity are going to be evaluated. Okay, whether they are exposed to particular drug or not, whatever the drug you are already you are known to be cause that's ADR. Okay, so exposure and exposure. Okay, even in the cases also you can you can divide the people into exposure group and non-exposure group. In the same control also. Okay, control also there is exposure or not exposure. Okay, for example, after that you can use odds ratio. By this formula you can do for odds ratio. You can calculate the calculate the risk. Okay, you can calculate the risk associated with probability of risk associated with case control. Okay, so generally if suppose if the exposure, sorry, the disease patients who are exposed to more with the drug, okay, you can more rate of disease, more rate of exposure is happening in the disease case, okay, case group. You can know that that ADR mainly resulting from this one. Okay, so still if it is not confirmed, again you going for another trials. Okay, that is nothing but randomized control trials. Randomized controls, you can go for ADR assessment. Okay, this is epidemiological studies. You are not going to be asked to take or not or you are not going to be do anything. Just you have to collect the patient data, okay, based upon your requirement. This is nothing but cohort studies and case control studies. Okay, next. So after that, okay, assessing causality. Okay, so so after knowing the ADR, after the knowing the ADR, so knowing the detection of ADR, so by this post marketing surveillance and pre marketing surveillance, okay, you can assess the causality between the drug and its effects. Okay, causality assessment is a method by which extent of relationship between the drug and suspected reaction is established. Okay, suppose for example if ADR is suspected, the assessment start from collection of all the details. Okay, so patient details, demographic details, other OTC, OTC drugs. Okay, onset of ADR. Okay, when it started. Okay, you have to collect all the information. So based upon information, you have to assess the causality. Causality means there is and there is causality. Causality means there is a relationship between the drug and effect. So by the following approaches, one approach is opinion of individual experts. For example, doctors. Okay, doctors may clearly know that the ADR mainly resulted from the drug. Opinion of panel of experts. After that, you may not confirm from individual. Then you have to take the opinion of the opinion of panel of experts. Okay, an official members. Last one, algorithms. Generally algorithms generally used. Okay, so these are the different types of algorithm generally used. Okay, collected data are going to be subjected assessed by the using one or more by whatever the already you are collected some data, okay, regarding ADR. So patient name or demographic cycle, so drug dose, resume, what are the other conditions, all thing you going to be keep it ready. Okay, by application of the following logarithm, you can after completion of logarithm, you can assess the whether the association is there or not. Okay, so you can confirm. Okay, so Narendra's algorithm, Kirch Lasagna algorithm, Who probability scale, Spanish grammar scale, Jonas scale, European ABO system, Bayesian system. Among these days, most widely used algorithms are Narendra's scale and as well as the WHO probability scale. Okay, so nothing but the scale algorithm just consists of a series of questions. Okay, series of questions. Just you may yeah, you may give some score. Okay, so this is the algorithm, Narendra algorithm score. Narendra algorithm consists of series of 10 questions. Okay, 10 questions by you have to read later on. Okay, so after reading, so suppose for example yes means, okay, +1, no means 0. Okay, so to like this, why there is a +1, +2, +4. So you google the Narendra's algorithm scale. You may know that in the below the scale they may give what is meant by +1, what is meant by +2. So after that, okay, you have to calculate the score. Okay, for example, after completion of the filling up, so in order to filling the this Narendra's algorithm, you need to have the data. Okay, before filling the algorithm, you need to some data of the ADR related things. Okay, so for example, if the score is more than 9, there is a high probability between the ADR and ADR association with a specific drug. So between 5 to 8, there is a probable. 1 to 4 means possible. Less than 0 means doubtful. This is the Narendra's scale widely used. Okay, next, this is nothing but WHO probability scale. Okay, so based upon that, based upon the causality, you can give some name. Okay, certain means there is a definite relationship. Probable, likely, possible, unlikely, conditional, or unclassified. Okay, unaccessible, okay, unclassifiable. So these are the you give the ADR name to the ADR. Okay, causality terms. Okay, for example, when you called certain, so certain,